And we welcome you live to the Cougar Den, Tom McKinney Court here at Bloomington High School North, Bloomington, Indiana, where tonight the Seymour Owls are in town to take on the Bloomington North Cougars. Glad you could join us for North Cougar basketball here on Smithville Sports. Alongside Quinn Saturday, I am Nick Jenkinson. And Quinn, last night, Bloomington North falls short to Bloomington South 70-61 for the 9th straight time in that city battle.
Yeah, very tough loss for North, but they gave him quite a challenge in that game, especially at South as well. Able to keep it close like that. We'll definitely see how they're able to rebound from it, and if they are able to kind of maybe take some of that disappointment and have it fuel them for this game against Seymour.
Isaac Venzel led the way last night with 14, Chris Thomas 13, Jeremiah Blair 12, 11 for Tim Brewster, 7 for Nick Kleiber, 4 for Aaron Steinfeld off the bench. Anthony Leal led the way for South with 23. Noah Jager added 20. South now leads that series 49-27. Meanwhile, for Seymour, they come off a 2-game winning streak, a 3-7 record, but their wins all come against Class 2 and 3A teams as Cordon Central, Switzerland County, and Charlestown. And we will also talk about that here after the national anthem is played here in just a minute as they get ready to run down the clock and do the national anthem.
All right, good evening once again, basketball fans. Welcome to the Tom McKinney Court, the Cougar Den on the campus of Bloomington High School North, home of your Bloomington North Cougars. Bloomington North would like to extend a special welcome to the fans and team from tonight's visitors, the Seymour Owls. At this time, thank you everyone for rising, removing your hats, and honoring those who have served, those who continue to serve, and those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice in our freedom with the playing of our national anthem.
The national anthem has been played as we get ready for this game between Seymour and Bloomington North. Looking at the starting lineup for Seymour, they will go with Jack Roberts at one forward, 6'3", senior number 40. The other forward, Jaden Brown, 6'3", junior, 44. 3-guard set, R.J. Cleaver, 5'8", senior wearing number 2. Peyton Reasoner, 5'9", senior wearing number 3. And Eric McCoy, 5'9", junior, wearing number 5. Tyler Phillips, 24 and 34 in his third year at Seymour. He was 9 and 15 in 2016-17, 12 and 12 last year, 2017-18, 55 and 52 in his 5th year overall. 2 years at South Spencer from 2014 to 16, 31 and 18 record there with 2 winning seasons and a 2016 sectional championship. For Bloomington North, it is Tim Brewster at one guard, 6'2", junior wearing number 3. Number 10 is Isaac Venzel, the 6'1" sophomore. Had 14 last night against Bloomington South. Nick Kleiber, the freshman, 6-foot freshman, number 11. Forward is number 23, Jeremiah Blair, the 6'3" junior. And then Chris Thomas, the 6'7" senior, wearing number 31 for Jason Spear. 13-20 in his second year here at Bloomington North. 128-68 and 9 years overall. 7 years the Columbus North boys coach from 2008 to 2015. 115-48. 6 winning seasons, a sectional title in 2013. And then 2 years there at Bloomington North girls coach from 2015 to 2017 with a 6-40 record. Seymour in the purple, Bloomington North in the white. These two teams meeting for the second year in a row. This series history since 1994, all Bloomington North 8-1. They played from 94 to 2000 and then did not play again until last season. Seymour's only win comes in 1994, 66-65 overtime win at Seymour. Cougars with it. Isaac Venzel to Tim Brewster. Venzel, nice spin move on the baseline, and North on the board.
Venzel has done such a great job of transitioning from freshman year as the point guard to playing out as the shooting guard and just doing things that wings do, like playing along the baseline, getting the pass along the baseline, and then using that to help shield the ball away from the defender.
Seymour has already called a 30-second timeout, just 32 seconds into this game. As you mentioned, how well Isaac Venzel has played, leading scorer on this team coming into tonight at 14.7. Chris Thomas at 13 a game, and Tim Brewster at 10.2 a game. So 3 guys in double figures leading this Cougar ball club. And you mentioned Venzel goes from the point guard to the shooting guard. Left it for Nick Kleiber, the freshman, and he has done a good job as well, averaging 7.6 this season.
Yeah, I mean, especially after the season that Isaac Venzel had last season, it takes a special player, especially a freshman, to make him switch over to shooting guard.
And then Venzel is going to commit the foul.
And that's what Kleiber is, special player. It's going to be very exciting to see him these 4 years.
Yeah, Nick Kleiber's done a good job of running this Cougar offense as just a freshman. You know, we see freshmen now step in and play right away a lot more often than we used to. And that is taken away by Isaac Venzel one-on-one, and Venzel scores his 4th point. And it's just like the same in the JV game. North out to a quick lead as Kleiber commits the foul.
Just like the JV game, North out to committing a couple of fouls and out to a quick foul disadvantage.
Kleiber with his first, team's second. Mentioned Seymour comes in 3-7, wins over Cordon Central, Switzerland County, and Charlestown. Losses to Southport, Brownstown Central, Franklin, Jeffersonville, New Albany, Jennings County, and Whiteland. This is McCoy, number 5, and loses it.
Bit of a miscommunication. Player went to drive to the basket when looking to actually throw it out to him because he was being double teamed. It looks like they're going to say that it was tipped out.
Tipped out by Bloomington North, Seymour ball. This is Reasoner, guarded by Venzel. Gets it to getting some help now, R.J. Kleber. Guarded by Kleiber. Kleiber put his head down, out to Reasoner, 3 short. Isaac Venzel coming the other way, and he gets fouled.
he just slingshot it across the court. They basically had to foul him just to stop him from going to the basket.
Isaac Venzel has improved. We'll see his older brother Ethan later on. Blair gonna fire a three from the wing. It is no good. Rebounded Reasoner. That foul was on Reasoner, his first, team's first for the Owls. Reasoner. This is Brown. Fortius Roberts. Gets it back to Brown underneath and stripped by Blair. In transition, up ahead from Venzel to Brewster.
Seen some of that old point guard passing from Venzel. And Brewster getting in on scoring on the action early.
And here's another turnover. Venzel behind the back to Brewster and leaves it for Blair.
Now they're just having fun.
That was poetry in motion. Just beautiful play. Unselfish basketball there. Jump ball to call. It is Seymour ball. Seymour has struggled against Class 4A opponents this season, 0-6. They're 2-1 against 3A schools and 1-0 against the 2A school, which was Switzerland County. Kleber is able to score, and he gets fouled. They foul. That's on Kleber, his second, team's third. So R.J. Kleber at the line. He's got the only two of the game for the Owls so far. 5'8" senior, and he gets that one to go. And now we're going to see Kobe Davis, the 5'11" senior, for the first time, replacing Nick Kleiber. Jason Spear going with the same starting lineup for the 10th time in 11 games. As Blair finishes.
Talk about another player who has improved greatly. Blair has really stepped it up this season as well. Blair averaging 9.2 points per game, has second most rebounds on the team with 48, and shooting a nice 82% from the foul line.
Yeah, Bloomington North comes in 34% from three, 48% from the field, and 75% from the line. Losses to Center Grove, Southport, and Bloomington South on the year. Bloomington North ball. Kobe Davis overthrows Chris Thomas into the hands of Peyton Reasoner. Up ahead and finishes is Jack Roberts. Lead is now 5. Couple turnovers here by the Cougars. Reasoner with it.
Yeah, got out to the 8-0 run, and similar to the JV team, kind of took the gas off the foot off the gas a little bit, and right now, Owls taking advantage.
Eric McCoy misses that though. Rebound to Blair, out to Davis. To Brewster. Back to Blair. Gets it to Isaac Venzel. To Brewster. Go into Thomas. Turn around, way off. Blair couldn't hang on. McCoy with it for Seymour. Now Kleber's going to slow it up. Kleber gets it back out to Reasoner. Approaching 3 to go here in the first quarter. McCoy to Kleber. You would think that Seymour is going to want to slow this down if they're going to keep in this game. Where North is going to want to run. McCoy, 3 in the corner. It's off. Rebound Davis. Up ahead, Venzel. Wenzel slicing his way, too strong. Thomas is tipping, no good, and the rebound to Roberts. This is what Seymour is happy about, a couple empty possessions for Bloomington North.
And especially, this is the kind of thing when you want to slow down the pace, you want it to make it feel like when they're trying to speed up the pace that they're going way too fast. The need for speed kind of messing with North, and they're getting a little careless. Right now, Seymour is definitely controlling the pace.
Controlling the pace, down by 5. Looking for that perfect, not perfect, but good play. Can take North out of the rhythm, but now that's stolen by Brewster, and he is just going to lay it up and in. Good heads-up play by Brewster, and now almost another turnover for Seymour. Cleaver puts his head down, gets it taken away by Brewster. Davis, stop, pop, connects on the 3.
Davis has become so deadly with that three-point shot.
9th 3 of the season for Kobe Davis. Averages 3 points a game coming into the night. 10-point lead.
That's at least the 5th steal by Isaac Wenzel.
And a assist as well to Chris Thomas, and Tyler Phillips has seen enough.
I don't have an official count, but unofficially, that was like the 5th steal by Isaac Wenzel in this game.
Seymour has already used their 2nd timeout here in the first half. As Seymour, you see Tyler Phillips in his 3rd season. Seymour, the Hoosier Hills Conference with Jeffersonville, Floyd Central, Columbus East, Madison, Jennings County, Bedford North Lawrence, New Albany. Their sectional, which they host, is Jeffersonville, Floyd Central, Jennings County, New Albany, Bedford North Lawrence. They play in the 3rd largest gym in Indiana, Lloyd Scott Gymnasium, 8,110 seating capacity, only behind Newcastle, 9,314, and East Chicago Central, 8,296. Can't mention the fact that it's Seymour basketball without mentioning that Seymour, the hometown of one John Mellencamp, the Hoosier Rocker. Also, Terry Moore, and the IU women's basketball coach from there, as well as Montana State men's basketball coach Brian Fish. So 2 coaches and a Hoosier Rocker hail from Seymour among others. Now you see the trap as 32 Owen Marshall in the game. There is 40 Jack Roberts, and he gets that to go, his 4th point of the night.
Roberts has done a good job trying to battle down low with the bigs of Bloomington North.
And Isaac Wenzel throws that away, and it's Seymour ball. Number 11, Aiden Going is in the game as well. Now turned over, Chris Thomas with it. Wenzel on the baseline, ball loose. Jump ball is with Bloomington North.
And that turnover was the cause of the downside of trying to throw a no-look pass. You always see that, and you're always like very eye-open when you see it as Roberts is able to hit that out of bounds. You always see like the positives of it, but it's a hard thing to do, and sometimes you can even fool your own teammates.
Yeah, that's a tough thing to do. As Isaac Wenzel spin move and he gets fouled. That will be Owen Marshall with the foul.
Between the steals, the assists, and the point, this has been Isaac Wenzel's. This has been a platform for just Isaac Wenzel tonight.
Correction, they're going to call Jack Roberts with the foul. That's his first. Isaac Wenzel at the line. He gets that one to go.
79% free throw shooter. hit a team high 42, make that 43 on the season.
And one more for Wenzel makes it 44. 19-7 lead. Seymour can't get the shot off, and we go to the end of the first quarter. Bloomington North 19, Seymour 7 here on Smithville Sports.
Welcome to Technology Powered by Smithville. Let our welcoming and friendly staff help you with your technology needs. Stop by to get Smithville Cellular Extra plans on the latest devices. Get routers and tech products at great prices. Plus, if you're a Smithville customer, you can pay your bill and change services. Come see us at the Clear Creek Crossing Plaza or check us out at smithville.com/technology. Technology powered by Smithville, Bloomington's communications and tech store.
As we welcome you back to the Cougar Den here at Tom McKinney Court at Bloomington High School North. Cougars in control over the Seymour Owls 19-7 as we begin the second quarter. Glad you could join us for North Cougar basketball here on Smithville Sports alongside Quinn Saturday. I am Nick Jenkinson. And Quinn, you talked about it's kind of Isaac Wenzel's game. He's leading the way with 6 points so far.
6 points, a couple assists, unofficially 5 steals. He's literally been everywhere. And as is the right thing to do, he's been given a breather to start this quarter.
A season ago, he played in all 23 games, started 22, 8.8 points a game, 12 games in double figures last year and 203 points. His high last season, 17 against B&L. As Nick Kleiber is in the game. Back in, Aaron Steinfeld's 44. He is in the game for the first time, along with Davis, Ethan Wenzel, Brewster as well. Number 11 for Seymour, Aiden Going. 44 is Jaden Brown. 12 is Colin Madden into the game for the first time. So you can tell Seymour looking, running the half court. They don't push the pace. Although, and it's taken away by Brewster. Brewster, one-handed lay-in, no good. Aaron Steinfeld the rebound, too strong. He gets knocked to the ground. And Seymour with the ball. Colin Madden.
Like I said, when you slow down the pace and the other team tries to speed it up initially, you're going to cause a lot of – the hope is that you cause reckless speed, and that was what that last possession was. They were able to get the steal, but it was an empty possession because they tried to score way too fast.
And Madden was called for the double dribble, so another Seymour turnover as North has the ball. Davis, Wenzel, Ethan Wenzel. Brewster gets it to Ethan. Steinfeld. Brewster, Kleiber, and now Kleiber will reset. Brewster. Inside, gets fouled and will get to go to the line. That's on Aiden Gone, his first, team's third.
I'm really happy to see Brewster being a little bit more aggressive. There have been some games that we've done in the past where he's been a little passive in terms of trying to shoot or score. It's very encouraging to see that he has become a little bit more aggressive because he's a very talented player.
And he's also a very good defender. He did a good job on Shelbyville's Zach Kuhn, who earlier in the day against Bloomington South in that Bloomington North Classic before Christmas scored 33 points, and then Brewster held him in check in the second game of the day as Jack Roberts scores his 6 point, and it's an 11-point lead for the, or it's a 12-point lead for the Cougars as Kleiber gets inside and scores his first 2 of the night.
All of that basket was pure footwork and dribbling, just able to beat out the opposing defenders with purely just footwork and dribbling. That's the best way I could describe it. Already, just as a freshman.
Yeah, has a lot to look forward to the next couple years. Seymour throws that one out of bounds. Braden Christopher is in the game, as well as Elijah Corwin, number 55. Seymour already going deep into the bench as well. I think Coach Phillips is trying to find any combination that works. Davis 3 from the wing, no good, and then last touch by Davis.
Lucky he didn't get a foul called on him. That was a little bit of a reach in trying to get that.
So 23-9 here, under 5 minutes to go, second quarter. Stay tuned for our halftime feature.
He had Jaden Brown wide open underneath the basket.
Christopher called for the travel. Last night against Bloomington South, the Cougars had 19 turnovers. South only had 6. Wenzel. Davis to Kleiber, to Ethan. Gets it back to Kleiber. North resets. Davis. Wenzel. Brewster. Kleiber. Steinfeld for 3. Unable to hit.
Still looking for that first three-pointer on the year. Now goes to 0-8. But he has a good shooting stroke. I know it's only a matter of time before he gets one.
Yeah, he'll get there. He's averaging 5.5 a game. Had 4 big points last night against Bloomington South, and he gets a rebound as he gets it to Davis. Kleiber. Wenzel. Steinfeld was held by Jaden Brown before the shot. That'll be the first on Brown. Now Blair and Isaac Wenzel are going to come back in. Reisner and Roberts going to check back in for Seymour. As Davis, Steinfeld, also Bruxton Egbula is going to check in as well. Out of bounds to Bloomington North. Blair gets to Isaac Wenzel. Jack Roberts with the steal. Going one-on-one, just tries to throw it up, trying to get contact, no call.
I'd have no idea why there was no foul called there.
I mean, I think that's what Roberts just threw it up thinking he was going to get the call, and he didn't get it.
My only explanation is that the ref blinked when it happened.
But Seymour has the ball back. This is Roberts to Reisner.
Gonna watch out. Isaac might pick him right there.
The dribble handoff, and he's called for the travel. It's Colin Madden. This is the one thing that Seymour just doesn't want is just empty possessions and turnovers. As Aiden Goins going to come back in and replace Corwin. Cougars in control. Egbula. Isaac Venzel, and then taken, or it is thrown away. Here comes Seymour. Reasoner, Roberts to Christopher. Reasoner 3 off the mark. Eggvilla with the rebound. Kleiber, Ethan Venzel.
That's also been another improvement. Ethan Venzel, back in his JV days when he was their leading scorer, basically would shoot it anytime he had even a space of opening. He's been a lot more selective, which has helped his efficiency and also helped prevent less empty possessions. As you see out there right there, as you've already seen a couple times, where he was open for just a split second, pump faked it. In the past, he would have just shot that one right away. So excellent job by Ethan Venzel.
He's become more of a role player, just scoring 19 points so far in 10 games this season. He started the opener against Bedford North Lawrence when Jason Spear elected not to start Tim Brewster. Reasoner off the glass. Within 12 for Seymour. Kleiber. Blair.
That almost felt like a designed play, the way that ended up going as he tipped it to himself. I know it wasn't, but dang, did it look like one.
That was 6. That's his 6th point. I thought the same thing. I thought as he tipped it to himself. Under a minute to go here in quarter number 2. Again, Seymour looking with Madden to Gone. That was kind of a lazy pass there, Reasoner. Got to be careful. Christopher called for the travel. Now Eric McCoy is going to check back in for Seymour, and Reasoner will go out.
Coach Spear calling out his team to hold for one last shot.
North will go into the halftime with the lead. When they have led the season, they are 5-0 so far. Venzel shot no good. Up ahead to Roberts, and he finishes, and he's got 8. Venzel trying to answer on the other end, and it's short. And Bloomington North leads 25-13 at half as we look at the highlights. And it's Isaac Venzel going to work for Bloomington North, 6 points. He gets that one to finish on the break, and then the nice, beautiful up ahead to Tim Brewster. And then this is Venzel to Brewster.
That was my favorite.
Left it to Blair. Poetry in motion. There is the outside shot. And then Roberts scores.
He's been good with 8 points.
8 points for Roberts, getting in underneath. Reasoner just throws it up. Banks still open late on Saturdays. It's Bloomington North ahead, 25-13 on Smithville Sports. As we welcome you back to the Cougar Den here at Tom McKinney Court at Bloomington High School North. Cougars leading the Seymour Owls 25-13 as we begin the second half. Glad you could join us for North Cougar basketball on Smithville Sports alongside Quinn Saturday. I am Nick Jenkinson. Quinn, a balanced first half with Isaac Venzel, Tim Brewster, and Jeremiah Blair all scoring 6 apiece.
Yeah, it was a good team effort there in the first half. Isaac Venzel carried in that first quarter, and then in the second quarter, we got to see quite a few contributions. We saw some from Tim Brewster. We saw some from Jeremiah Blair. We saw some from Kobe Davis and Nick Kleiber. It's been a really strong showing. We were wondering how they were going to respond after losing to South in such a hard-fought game, and they have responded very well.
Kobe Davis with 3, Chris Thomas with 2, Nick Kleiber with 2. Jack Roberts leading the way for Seymour with 8, RJ Kleber with 3, and Peyton Reasoner with 2 as we begin the third quarter. Brewster going to drive on Reasoner, and he's going to score and go to the line. Tim Brewster with 8 now. That's 2 on Reasoner. This will send the junior to the line. And he is able to hit that one. And the lead is 15. Comes the pressure. Able to break it. Roberts gets it to Eric McCoy. Inside Roberts, misses it. Rebound Kleiber. To Blair. Oh, nice finish for Jeremiah Blair. Assist to Kleiber. And it is off Blair, and it will be Seymour ball. Original starting lineup, you got Thomas, Blair, Kleiber, Isaac Venzel, and Brewster in for Bloomington North. RJ Kleber, Peyton Reasoner, Jack Roberts, Eric McCoy, and Jaden Brown for Seymour. Reasoner's 3 off the mark, offensive rebound to Jaden Brown. Chris Thomas to Nick Kleiber. Kleiber gets fouled. And that is on Eric McCoy, his first, team second. This will send Nick Kleiber to the line. 71% free throw shooter coming into tonight, and he gets that one to go. Has had a nice freshman campaign so far with 7.6 a game. Kleiber hits both. He's got 4. Now this lead has ballooned to 19. Reasoner. And then he can't find it. Kleber. That goes out of bounds, Bloomington North ball. This was probably the one thing that Tyler Phillips told his team in the locker room, unnecessary turnovers, and so far we're still seeing it here in the second half.
Yeah, definitely feels like the halftime adjustments have not worked.
As no good for Bloomington North. As McCoy can't get that, Thomas the rebound. Gets it to Brewster. Has Blair up ahead, but doesn't get it to him. Now he finds Blair underneath, and he's able to finish and will go to the line. Blair in double figures.
That marks his 6th game in double figures on the season.
Jeremiah Blair misses that foul shot.
And just like at the beginning of the game, where they came out to an 8-0 run, again, Bloomington North going on a quick run here in the start the second half to basically try to kill any momentum.
There's Thomas, finds Venzel, and Isaac finishes, and he's got 8. And now Tyler Phillips is going to go bring in a fresh 5 for Seymour. You have a feeling that he's trying to find anything and everything that can somehow work. Jaden Brown, no good. Kleiber chases it down. Here comes the transition. Isaac Venzel, one-on-one against Kleber. Cross courts it, and last touch by Reasoner. here come the substitutions. As you're going to see the new 5 for the Owls. Kleiber, Wenzel, Chris Thomas, step back, no good. Christopher with the rebound.
Scoring-wise, Thomas has been a little quiet in this game, but has done a really good job in terms of rebounding and in defending.
Just has 2 points so far in the game that came in the first quarter. This is Owen Marshall taken away by Chris Thomas. Marshall trailing. Now he just throw it away, intended for Isaac Wenzel, but they're going to say Seymour touched it last.
And that is a good call. It was knocked out of his hand as he was trying to pass it to Isaac Wenzel.
Just under 4 to go here in quarter number 3. Inside Thomas, turns around, blocked. And it's going to be a foul on Elijah Corwin. That will be his first.
First time in either half of the JV or the varsity game where it has been the Owls who have started off the halves with the foul disadvantage.
Yeah, 4-0 so far in fouls for Seymour. Chris Thomas hits that one. Thomas on the season has done very well from the line as he's got 4 points.
Yep, for him, we can actually say they're free. He hasn't missed one.
I didn't want to put the jinx on him like
you could say it now because he's no longer at the line, and then you could just take away all blame if he ends up missing one later because he mentioned it now, not during that.
I remember last year when William Wilkerson went the whole way without missing one until that New Albany game. Christopher out of bounds. It will be Bloomington North ball.
Basically, there's a designated Bloomington North player that isn't allowed to miss free throws.
So far, that is Chris Thomas. A perfect 9 for 9 on the year. Isaac Wenzel is fouled by Christopher. His first and the team's 5th. Be out of bounds to Bloomington North. As Wenzel finds Chris Thomas. He stepped out of bounds. It will be Seymour ball. It's been a busy day here at Bloomington North. The girls played earlier. They fell to Terre Haute South 59-44. Jeff Trammell's squad falls to 3-13 on the year, 0-3 in the conference. Terre Haute South 7-10 and 1-2 in Conference Indiana. As Al's moving the ball around. Christopher just musters up a shot, and it's good to go. The first 2 of the second half for Seymour. That's on Blair. Now Aaron Steinfeld's going to come in. Braden Christopher in. And he gets that one to go. As Brewster. Steinfeld. Perfect for Aaron Steinfeld. Nice job by Aaron Steinfeld.
He's just a rising athlete. I believe only a sophomore. Showed he did an excellent job in the post last time we were here, showing a little bit of a mid-range game. And like I said, he has good form on his three-point shot, just hasn't made one yet.
Still looking for that first three of the year. It's just a timeout or a official stop and play for Corwin to tie his shoe. As Kleiber, tapped by Steinfeld, but overthrown.
It wasn't a really good pass by Kleiber.
As Christopher slices down the lane, and he's got 5 all in this quarter. Lead is still 22, though, for Bloomington North. It's going to be a foul on Seymour. That is on Christopher. That's his second. Team's 6th. Blair inbounds it to Brewster. Gets it to Kleiber. Isaac Venzel. Brewster for 3. Off the mark, Steinfeld to rebound. Musters his way and gets the putback. His 4th point of the night.
That's the Steinfeld we saw in our earlier game this season. Just an excellent job of being able to post out and control on the block.
Done a nice job. He had 4 points last night against Bloomington South. He's got 4 tonight. Blair takes that away. Here's Isaac Venzel. He's got Steinfeld trailing, and he can't finish, but then Kleiber can't finish either.
Steinfeld almost dunked that.
Seymour trying to save it. Venzel for 3. No good, and the rebound this time to Corwin. Now Seymour will bring it up with Colin Madden. As Owen Marshall has it. Aiden going. 3, no good. Steinfeld with the rebound and a foul.
Those tight end skills are just immediately just jumping for that jump ball.
He had a great season in football this year. He's improving as the basketball season goes along. Like you said, just an all-around rising athlete for Aaron Steinfeld, the sophomore. 6'5". He gets that one to go. Scott Bless has a lot to look forward to. You got the quarterback, Reese Lozano, back. Xavier Trueblood's back. Aaron Steinfeld back. As the Cougars look forward to next season, next fall on the gridiron. Couple seconds to go. Venzel's got to just throw it up there, and he just doesn't get it. And we'll go to the 4th quarter with Bloomington North in control, 44-18 on Smithville Sports.
Whether you need an awesome wrap for your truck, a new look for your sports car, or simply some great window tinting, Van Horn has you covered. Need accessories like step bars, bug shields, or toolboxes? Or how about a neon clock for the garage or den? Van Horn can take care of it. With years of experience, Van Horn gives you the professional look with the quality you deserve. Stop by our shop in Ellettsville, the large building behind McDonald's, or give us a call at 812-876-2230. You can also visit our website at vanhorn1.com. Van Horn Tent and Accessories, the place for your custom vehicle needs.
As we welcome you back to Bloomington High School North, the Cougar Den. The Cougars in control, 44-18 as we start the 4th quarter. A reminder, next Friday night, it is Owen Valley at Edgewood. And that's all we really need to say about that.
And if you want to add more, they're both at the top of their division as well.
Yeah, Owen Valley last night beats Cloverdale 59-47. They're 6-5, 3-1 in the WIC East. They play Northview tonight at home. Edgewood 10-2, throttled Brown County 77-41. They play South Putnam tonight. Basically, Edgewood wins. They host the crossover championship. That's what they're going for. The girls Owen Valley is 13-6, 3-1 the East. They are at Clay City Monday. The Edgewood girls are 3-16, 0-4, and they will be at Monrovia on Monday. But we'll have that game next Friday night from the Mustang Corral, and looking forward to it. Always one of the most favorite games to do. And McCoy blocked by Venzel. Clyber now. Michael Barron's in the game, wearing number 15. Brexton Aguilera, number 21, is in the game as well. Barron into Steinfeld. Beautiful. Aaron's got 8.
Steinfeld just did an offensive, like a defensive line swim move on his defender.
Beautiful pass from Michael Barron. Barron in the game, into playing his 5th game. Just 2 points on the season for Barron. As McCoy shoots, misses it, rebound Steinfeld. Clyber to Egbula, to Steinfeld, to Barron. Clyber, excuse me, with the bucket. Lead is now 30 for Bloomington North. As this is R.J. Cleaver. Guarded by Clyber. To McCoy. Roberts. And he is able to muster it up and score in double figures with 10.
Yeah, Roberts was a huge part of the offense in that first half, keeping Seymour relatively close, but when he was taken out of the game, basically the offense just kind of died for the Owls.
As Kobe Davis back in. Roberts, a 6'3 senior, 10 points so far. Seymour only scored 5 in that third quarter. As Kobe Davis has it to Barron. Evan Todd now in the game wearing number 43. So we are seeing Jason Spear go deep into the bench, getting the starters basically a break here. As they may be done for the rest of the night.
Would not be surprised.
R.J. Cleaver with it to Eric McCoy. As McCoy has it. That'll be a foul on Bloomington North.
McCoy really worked on that possession. He was fighting through quite a few screens to get open in that corner.
Seymour not really, giving up. Jaden Brown's going to fire a 3. It is no good. Roberts tries to save it, cannot. And it will be Bloomington North ball. And it's Kobe Davis with it. Brexton Aguilera. Barron, Davis. Taken away. Here is Cleaver for the Owls. Approaching 5 minutes to go. Jaden Brown can't get that shot to go, and a foul. That's on Evan Todd, his second, team's 4th. Jaden Brown at the line, 6'3 junior. Looking for his first points of the night, and he gets that. One more for Brown. And he misses that. Ethan Venzel with the rebound. Brexton Aguilera with it. Barron, Davis, three. Got it. Kobe Davis, second three of the night. Davis with the block. They're going to call the foul on Davis, so I thought that was a pretty good block.
Yeah, a little unfortunate. I think it had less to do with the block and probably a little bit of holding on to him to get the elevation to block it.
They're going to get R.J. Kleber at the line, 5'8" senior. 4 seniors on the Seymour squad with Kleber, Reasoner, Roberts, and Corwin. And Kleber's got 4 tonight. One more, and it's good. North has a commanding lead. Tyler Phillips getting ready to send in a whole new 5 as Roberts steals and scores at the other end. Bloomington North will be home at next Friday night against Martinsville as Davis fires another 3. Roberts the rebound. Then the rest of the schedule, at Terre Haute South, Columbus East, Edgewood, at Whiteland, Terre Haute North, at Columbus North, Floyd Central, and then at New Albany to close it out. Reasoners 3, and then there was a big battle underneath between Brown and Todd. They're going to call Evan Todd for the foul. That's his 3rd. Now here comes a whole new 5 for Seymour.
Looks like Seymour's also putting in their reserves.
As it's going to be out of bounds for Seymour. Got to get it in. Christopher, guard by Todd. Corwin can't finish, and it's Davis up ahead. Barron back to Davis. 3 on the way. Off the mark. Eggbiller with the rebound. Short. Evan Todd taps it, gets it back, puts it up again. Can't get it to finish, and the rebound to Seymour.
Remember, Todd from his JV days has always been a good rebounder and always been good at trying to get those second chance tip-ins.
Not able to finish there. Christopher gets the shot over Todd, and he's got 7. Davis. Barron for 3. Got it! Michael Barron with a 3.
Kind of a blast from the past because you're seeing all these players who used to thrive on JV showing what they did on the varsity level.
Barron, the senior, does not get a whole lot of playing time, and the student section lets him know that they appreciate him. Here is Kobe Davis to Eggbula. Oh, and he couldn't finish that, but a beautiful feed.
Yeah, that was Michael Barron's 2nd shot of the season. He's 2 for 2, though.
Great percentage. When it works, Braden Christopher gets fouled, and Vincel, he'll go to the line. You know, we always talk about former players as JV coaches. How about ADs as former players? Seymour's AD is Kirk Mans, and he played at Michigan State from 1986 to 1990. And in 120 games, he scored 1,212 points as Christopher was unable to go. He had 212 three-pointers. He's one of Michigan State's all-time top shooters. 1986 All-Star out of North Judson High School in Northern Indiana. 1,962 career points in high school. And so if there's ever a time where these players need advice on how to, play the game the right way, hey, they can go to the AD and ask him because he played at the highest level in the Big Ten. As Evan Todd is able to score. So Evan Todd gets his first 2. We also we want to thank our crew tonight as well, the hardworking women and men behind the scenes, Annette Bruner, Clemente Torrado, Jeremy Nutter on the cameras, Nadir Noon on the replays. Rob Ramsey, our director tonight. We appreciate everything they do and thank them for all their hard work throughout the entire season between football and basketball. And again, next week, Edgewood, Owen Valley at Edgewood. Boys and girls doubleheader, and we look forward to bringing that to you. Kevin Mims in the game now wearing number 5. He couldn't finish. Barron tried to tap it out. And it is now with Seymour. Cougars are going to bounce back. They're going to go to 8-3 overall. Seymour's going to fall to 3-8. And Bloomington North is going to make it 9 straight in this series, dating back to 94. Mims going to get called for the offensive foul.
Trying to do too much on that play. Should have kicked it back out.
These teams played from 94 to 2000, and then they played last year down in Seymour. North won that 63-51. Seymour has a tradition, 44 sectional championships. However, their last one was in 1992, 8 regionals, last in 1975, but have really struggled through the years as Christopher misses that one. Last winning season came in 2006-2007, where they were 15-7, and since then they've only had 2 500 seasons, 10-10 in the 2009-2010 season, and then 12-12 last year. So trying to look for another, trying to figure out the combination to get back to the winning ways. As Christopher misses that one. Bloomington North, 16 sectional titles, 6 regionals, 2 semi-states, and the 1997 state championship. Last single-class state champion in Indiana. Agbula gets it to Mims. Agbula on the baseline. He's going to get, or it's going to be a foul on the Owls. That's going to be on Colin Madden.
But overall, this has been a really good performance from Bloomington North. Coming back the day after losing a tough one to your arch rival, Bloomington South. Coming in here, you know that Seymour definitely wanted to take advantage of that, of any kind of letdown they might have, but North was focused from the tip.
And that was probably something Jason Spear told his team after the game last night. Said, hey, we got to get ready for tomorrow. We can't have a letdown. Christopher with the rebound. Shot no good. Now Mims is going to dribble this out. A 27-point win for Bloomington North. 57-30 will be your final score. As we get ready to look at the highlights from this game, and it was all Bloomington North. Tim Brewster inside. Nice inside feed to Jeremiah Blair. Then Aaron Steinfeld comes off the bench and contributes. Seymour, though, able to get to the basket. And then a beautiful feed from Barron to Steinfeld. Kleiber, the freshman, doing well. As well, Jack Roberts leads the way for Seymour in double digits. But again, it was all Cougars in this game going downtown. There's Barron hitting the 3. Evan Todd scoring late. The reserves getting in on the act. It's your final score. Bloomington North 57, Seymour 30. For all the hardworking women and men behind the scenes, for my partner Quinn Saturday, I am Nick Jenkinson. We thank you for watching, and good night from Bloomington North.